Introduction. Surrender is a profound spiritual concept that often evokes resistance. It suggests vulnerability and letting go of control, notions that challenge our survival instincts and ego. Yet, in my years of working in the security industry, a field inherently associated with control, vigilance, and order, I've uncovered the nuanced lessons of surrender embedded in its day-to-day operations. The paradox of surrender in security work is intriguing. How does one reconcile the need for control, authority, and readiness with the spiritual practice of surrender? This essay delves into my experiences in the security sector, uncovering how surrender isn't about relinquishing responsibility but instead involves acceptance, awareness, trust, and adaptability. By reflecting on my time in this field, I will explore how surrender manifests in professional challenges, interpersonal dynamics, and self-awareness. I aim to offer insights that bridge the seemingly opposing worlds of control and surrender, making them accessible to anyone on a path of spiritual growth. Chapter 1. Surrendering to unpredictability in security work. Unpredictability is the norm. A quiet day can suddenly transform into a chaotic situation requiring immediate action. Initially, I resisted this unpredictability, striving for perfection in planning and control. I believed I could prevent all incidents with enough foresight and preparation. However, reality proved otherwise. No amount of planning could account for the variability of human behavior or unforeseen circumstances. In those moments, I learned that surrendering to unpredictability meant embracing it as a natural part of life. It involved cultivating trust in my ability to respond rather than control every detail. Security work taught me that surrender doesn't mean passivity or neglect. It means being present and prepared to act without attachment to a specific outcome. This mindset not only improved my effectiveness but also brought a sense of peace amid the chaos. Chapter 2. Surrender as acceptance. One of the hardest lessons was learning to accept situations I couldn't change. Complaints, misunderstandings, or conflicts with colleagues and supervisors were common in my line of work. My initial instinct was to argue or assert my point of view, clinging to the belief that being right would resolve the issue. Over time, I realized that surrendering to these situations didn't mean giving up or agreeing with unfair treatment. Instead, it meant accepting the reality of what was happening without resistance. Acceptance freed me from unnecessary emotional turmoil, allowing me to focus on constructive solutions or simply let go of what wasn't within my control. Through this process, I discovered the liberating power of surrender. By releasing the need to fight every battle, I conserved energy for what truly mattered and maintained inner peace. Chapter 3. Interpersonal dynamics and the surrender of ego. Working in security often involves navigating authority structures, customer interactions, and teamwork. Ego can be a major stumbling block in these dynamics, leading to conflicts or power struggles. Surrendering my ego wasn't easy. It required me to let go of the need to be seen as the most competent or in control. I learned to listen more deeply to others, whether they were supervisors, clients, or team members. Surrendering my ego also allowed me to acknowledge mistakes and grow from them, rather than clinging to the illusion of infallibility. This surrender wasn't about diminishing my worth, but about recognizing that collaboration and humility lead to greater outcomes than self-centeredness. By letting go of ego-driven resistance, I fostered better relationships and created a more harmonious work environment. Chapter 4. Surrender as adaptability in the security field. Adaptability is essential. Policies change, new challenges arise, and environments shift. Early in my career, I resisted change, clinging to routines and established methods. This resistance created unnecessary stress and hindered my ability to thrive. Surrendering to change taught me the value of adaptability. I began to see change as an opportunity for growth rather than a threat. This shift in perspective allowed me to embrace new procedures, learn new skills, and approach challenges with curiosity rather than fear. Adaptability, rooted in surrender, is a skill that extends beyond the workplace. It has enriched my personal life, enabling me to navigate transitions and uncertainties with grace. Chapter 5: The Role of Awareness in Surrender. Awareness is the foundation of surrender. In my security work, maintaining situational awareness is critical for preventing incidents and ensuring safety. Similarly, spiritual surrender requires an acute awareness of inner and outer realities. Through my daily tasks, I honed the ability to observe without judgment. Whether monitoring surveillance footage or assessing a tense situation, I learned to remain present and neutral. This practice of detached awareness translated into my spiritual life, where surrender requires observing thoughts and emotions without clinging to them. Awareness deepens surrender by revealing the transient nature of challenges. It reminds us that everything is temporary and that resistance only prolongs suffering. Chapter 6: Surrendering to the Bigger Picture. Security work often involves tasks that feel mundane or repetitive. In such moments, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. However, surrendering to the purpose behind these tasks, creating safety and order, gave my work greater meaning. This perspective shift parallels spiritual surrender. In life, we may not always understand why certain challenges arise or why we're tasked with specific responsibilities. By surrendering to the bigger picture, we trust that every experience serves a purpose, even if it's not immediately apparent. This trust fosters resilience and patience, qualities that have profoundly enriched my journey in security work and beyond. Chapter 7: Surrendering to Inner Growth. Perhaps the most profound lesson I've learned is that surrender is an internal process. Security work, with its demands and challenges, became a mirror reflecting my inner struggles. It revealed areas where I resisted change, clung to control, or allowed fear to dictate my actions. By surrendering to these revelations, I embraced inner growth. I saw every difficult interaction, every mistake, and every moment of uncertainty as an opportunity to evolve. This mindset transformed my work from a job into a spiritual practice, where every experience contributed to my personal development. Conclusion: surrender, as I've learned through security work, is not about defeat or passivity. It is an active process of trust, acceptance, awareness, and adaptability. It involves letting go of resistance to life's flow while remaining fully engaged and present. The lessons of surrender are universal, extending far beyond the realm of security. They remind us that true strength lies in our ability to adapt, trust, and find peace within ourselves. By embracing surrender, we align with life's natural rhythm, discovering freedom and resilience in the process. My journey in the security industry has been a profound teacher in the art of surrender. It has shown me that even in a field defined by control and vigilance, there is room for letting go. In surrender, I have found not weakness, but a deeper strength, a strength that continues to guide me in all aspects of life. Thank you for watching and exploring this journey with me. If you found value in this content and would like to dive deeper into topics like surrender, awareness, freedom and pain, consider joining my Patreon community. As a member, you'll gain access to exclusive ebooks, personalized I Ching consultations, and in-depth spiritual teachings on surrender, freedom, and more. Your support not only helps sustain this work but also creates a space for deeper connection and growth. I'd love to have you there. You can find the link to join in the description below. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you in the next video. https://www.patreon.com/lifecoachspiritual727